It's looking like Aiden's close man's damn near ruined his whole event. So Aiden Ross's very entertaining boxing fighting brand Risk is hosting a fight between Johnny Manziel and Bob Menery. And
Johnny Manziel? What?
It's going to be in Las Vegas this time instead of Florida on May 23rd. And people found this a little bit odd. And Aiden Ross would explain why it wasn't going to be in Florida.
Full fight card. I want to talk to you guys about something, though, real quick. 1 second. So there was a situation I do want to talk to you guys about. I do want to tell you guys about brand risk. And listen again. I'm just going to talk. Y'all listen for a second. And yeah. So at the last brand risk, the commission was really upset at a couple things. And I just want to say straight up that, you know, the whole situation sucks. But the commission wasn't going to give us a date, you know, in May, which thank God for Dana and Hunter getting me right in Vegas. But the reasoning was they said, like, obviously, like when Gypsy won, they did not feel secure. And the crowd didn't make them feel secure and all this stuff because the commission was just straight up like, listen, Gypsy won and it caused almost a riot. And so Florida was like, why was everyone tweaking on that? And I do want to say this because this is my boy, and like obviously like it sucks because he's been doing hell events and it's not his fault. But the commission basically sent it down to Ben, and they're like, "Yo, like Ben basically cannot co-host it with you," and it sucks because at the time, like Ben, obviously the reason what like he is such a big like he's so good at what he does, bro, and like it hurts, and we've been trying to dispute it for God knows how long, bro, like for a long time, but they're not going to give us a date in May, and I hope we can get Ben back ASAP. But just so people don't start rumors and both, that's still my boy. I love Ben, and you know, there's going to be a time where hopefully one day he can come back, and you know, it's a really situation.
So what he's referencing is the last event, and the last.
Wait, what? So they saying what did Benadon do though? They're not saying what he did. They just saying that he can't co-host. What did he do? See what I'm saying?
Event was a bit of chaos. So they had Super Hot Fire, who's been a recurring guest fighter on Aiden Ross's boxing card, and they had him against Gypsy Crusader, who is the Joker guy. He would dress up in Joker mask. You've probably seen him, and he's just outright racist, dropping hard R's, just saying anything you could possibly imagine. Like some supremacist type of activity, mostly on like Omegle type of applications as a live streamer. Now, granted, a lot of people did not like him. Like, think about it. Aiden Ross's homies, they're all black. This guy's constantly talking. And this guy, Gypsy Crusader, also had a beef with Cuffham, who is Aiden Ross's close homie as well. So you would expect everybody wanted him to lose. Well, he didn't lose, and that caused absolute mayhem.
Can I post it or no?
This is
it's
crazy.
like I don't know how to put this.
That is
without sounding crazy.
Rodney King. That's how you put it.
Yeah.
That's a fact, bro. We watched
Say,
it,
what?
and they still
What you
went
say?
the other way.
What the?
I watched a massacre, bro.
He can't even breathe over there.
How is
What
that?
the hell?
How?
Why did they interview him?
I appreciate you being calm.
Chat, if y'all at home,
I'll fight Gypsy.
You want to fight Gypsy?
I really don't know what to say right now.
come
I'm
out
just
of
as
retirement,
shocked as
I'll
everybody else. But I'm sure the truth will come out.
Oh, this is crazy.
That is crazy,
I don't
bro.
know who. I would interview the judges, but them don't want to be on camera.
Well, of course they don't want to be on camera because that's some bullshit.
I bet all the judges white.
As soon as I try to put them on camera, they say, hell no.
Of course.
Get me off.
Great.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my God.
Where Super Hot Fire go?
Great performance.
No.
That's
Hey, hold on. Everyone just please, 1 second. I want to be very clear with everybody. Florida State Athletic Commission is the one who judged that. This has nothing to do with brand risk. It's the same people that judge the UFC when they're out in Florida. It's the same exact people that judge any boxing events here. It's a sanctioned event under Florida State Athletic Commission. We have nothing to do with that. These judges are provided from Florida. I have no control over that. I feel the same exact way.
You can't leave it to the judges, though, at the end of the day.
This happens all the time in every sport.
Hey, so listen, so who could make the decision if the judges don't?
The judges make the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't override the judge.
That's it.
All he can do is put on the event.
Boy, hell nah, boy. I mean, I respect that it's the judge's decision at the end of the day, but damn, bro, ain't this your shit, Aiden? You don't have no say so in who. I mean, well, you right. I mean, it makes sense because I'm pretty sure it'd be money on the line, and if Aiden chose who the fuck won, like he could be. You feel? I get where he coming from, but damn, bro. Damn, that's a tough one.
And a Bob.
That's all I can do.
But just in all fairness.
I'm sorry to everybody that feels
round 2 was up for question.
What?
No.
That's where he wobbled him.
So, can I be honest with you guys?
Bro.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. If we could just stop the replay for a second and just put the camera back on me. Thank you very much. Listen, guys, this is the sport of boxing. I have no control over this. Nobody here does. This is the State of Florida Athletic Commission. If you felt it was Rob, I'm sorry. That's for the fans to decide. I can't be biased here. I have to stand for what the decision is made. You might feel it was wrong. You might feel it was right. I can't say anything about it. This is my event. I host it. But thank you to the Florida State Athletic Commission. If they want to discuss why they thought it was the way it was, whatever.
Let me tell you what I think.
I'm not going to sit here and cry and stuff.
So even I criticized this when this first happened with like Ben the Don. What the hell is he doing? He's like, yeah, I'm sure that in the beginning, he's like, I'm sure the truth will come out. You guys at home, like, dog, your job is to be the entertainer. Like, he'll give commentary and do interviews. Why are we getting your opinion? And this is the crazy thing. He's saying, oh yeah, I would show you guys the judges. That's where I'm like, yo, you're going too far. Because this is the boxing commission. They are there to judge the fights, to try to insinuate that, oh yeah, these guys are unprofessional. They wanted the white racist guy to win. And you know what you're doing. When you have so many people that are irate at this decision and they don't like that guy, they didn't want him to win, and you even thought in your head like, yo, let's put the camera towards those guys, you know what's going to happen. You know people are going to try to find their identities, try to cause harm to them, maybe not physical harm, but try to make their life annoying, start posting their addresses, go after their kids, find their social profiles, go stalk them there, go attack them there because they gave a decision to a fight that you didn't like when they are the experts. They are there to judge. They're the boxing commission. And because you didn't like it,
I mean, in all honesty, y'all can't be mad at Ben. I mean, he could be the funny guy at the end of the day. So what you saying? If he would have said what he said in a joking way, then it would have been cool. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? He said what he said. You feel me? Like he stated his opinion. Shit. All right. If y'all saying that he's supposed to be the funny, entertaining guy, well then yeah, he should have said it in an entertaining fucking way. But I don't think that he should have retracted what he said. If everybody is thinking that the fight is bullshit, what the fuck is he holding his tongue for? If everybody else think it's bullshit. Like, holding your tongue when like, what? You feel me? Holding your tongue wouldn't have changed the fact that somebody won who wasn't supposed to win.
you don't know Jack Ish. You could have your opinion on the situation, and then he refuses to interview the guy. Now, some people do say that gypsy guy like ran out of there really quickly, so he wasn't able to get interviewed, but I don't really know. Regardless, he made it clear right here that this was an obvious bias and unwillingness. The bias is fine if you keep it internally, but an unwillingness to do your job because of an emotion that you have, and that is completely unprofessional. And I like Ben Nadon. The guy's an entertaining guy. He seems like a chill, cool guy. But if your job is to be the interviewer, then you've got to do your job. That's it. And your job is to do that, interview these people, maybe get some laughs out of them because the guy is a comedian. But to start pushing for this, like, yo, these guys, they did the wrong thing. No, that's not your job. You can do that on your X profile after the fight is over or something like that. And you could tell that even Aiden Ross was feeling the heat. Like, he had to say, listen, guys, I don't choose this, by the way. I'm not choosing what's happening here. Which, does it even really matter if you chose the outcome? Because you chose to bring the guy here and get him a bag. That's enough. So if there was any sort of controversy around like, yo, this guy's, helping this guy out. Yeah, you offered him a bag to come fight. Well, the whole thing is named brand risk, but you could tell Aiden Ross is saying like, yo, yo, I didn't judge this. It's the commission. And he tries to defend the commission and says, hey, look, this is integrity.
The fact that that's the name should let y'all know a little bit about what's going on. And y'all shouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, look at the name. Like, at the end of the day, what are we expecting? You feel me?
These guys judge everything. They judge all of the fight events that's happening, all the professional boxing bouts that you guys see in Florida. We go through them, and they are the ones that do this. So they're doing their job. But people were not happy with Ben the Don, even when Aiden Ross would go on stream later.
Now, for everyone on Ben's ass, don't put it on Ben. Put it on me. It's not on Ben's. It's not on Ben completely. It's on me. Okay? It's not completely on Ben. Ben does a hell of a good job, okay? Lico, I agree, but I also don't agree with that. I think that I should have got in there and interviewed him. If Ben didn't want to interview him, I should have got in there and interviewed him. Okay? That's why I'm taking accountability, guys. Brand Risk is my brand. Brand Risk is my promotion company.
So the chat here, they were moving crazy. They were just saying like, yo, I've been the Don. And Aiden Ross tries to defend him, but there's nothing to defend here. Yes, should Aiden Ross have had... Aiden Ross owns this organization. You're never going to hear Dana White say, yeah, you know, Bruce Buffer or Joe Rogan in certain cases. Bruce Buffer's the announcer. Joe Rogan didn't interview that guy. DC didn't interview that guy because he didn't like him. So I should have hopped in there and interviewed him. No, you shouldn't have. And this is where like Aiden Ross be too nice sometimes because like, no, that guy had to do his job. He had to go in there and interview. And if he wasn't willing to do that, knowing that this is called Brand Risk, you guys have controversial people on there. That's the name of the brand. So it gets controversial. And if it gets controversial, then that means eventually the controversy is going to be one that you don't like. It's going to be somebody that says things that you don't like. That's just the nature of the game. It's eventually going to go there. And I remember talking about it at this point, and what happened? Now we get confirmation that the commission themselves said, yo, this guy, Ben the Don, he cannot co-host these events anymore. He cannot be in there doing the interviews. And I think it's fair from the commission because he attempted to cause harm to them inadvertently. I don't think he wants anybody. No, actually, at that moment specifically, I do believe Ben the Don thought that these people had, I don't know, nefarious intentions for whatever reason, and they gave it to this guy because they were racist. I think that's what was going through his mind because you don't react like that unless that's the situation. So for him to have to suffer this fate.
If you see some bullshit, call it, man. Bro. If you see some bullshit, call it, fool. People are forgetting that Ben the Don is in a position where he don't need no brand risk. You know what I'm saying? He gonna state his opinion. I think Ben the Don is hurting from being a fucking... Like, what are we talking about? That shit don't affect him.
It's
keep speaking your goddamn mind.
Unfortunate, but that's Florida. I guess you'll be hosting in Vegas since they're having it in Vegas, but most of their events, they try to do them in Florida. And now the commission, and this is the thing, it's a commission. It's not some, oh yeah, this is a social media thing. They're not playing games with you. They don't want clout. They don't want to look good on social media. They want to do their job. And that's what they've consistently been doing with all of these other events. So Ben the Don messed it up for himself. And Aiden Ross, you even heard him say he couldn't get a May date in Florida because of this situation. So this was all around a disaster. Frankly, to be honest, that it would have been even crazier if they had that Chud Builder or whatever dude streamer. That guy's worse than Gypsy Crusader because you could.
Yeah, I need somebody to whoop his ass, fool. No doubt. Whoop the fuck out of him. I seen the video of him saying crazy shit. Scat pack, orange scat pack, yeah, you know.
Say like, yo, at least, quote unquote, at least, right? Like
and
that.
He on the internet with it, bro. I really don't get how, like, bro, these websites are too lenient when it comes to people saying derogatory terms to blacks. I promise. Like, man, I don't even want to talk about it. It's beyond me.
Gypsy dude is online saying words online versus this chud dude's out there in the real world antagonizing people, saying racial slurs toward them, trying to get them angry intentionally, and he's wanting them to attack him so that he can, quote, self-defense and cause harm to them. So that guy is worse than anything we've ever seen. And imagine if that guy had been on the card and he ended up winning. God, it would have potentially been mayhem. Ben the Don wouldn't have been able to keep it together there either. And it is tough. Like, yeah, you see a guy like that and then you see him win. You're enraged. You're like, what the hell is going on here? But you have to still just do what you are paid to do. And I think Aiden Ross was saying that Ben the Don is like part owner, co-owner, has some shares in the company, Brand Risk, which I know it's Aiden and Jordan, they run that. But if he's got some ownership in it, and that probably included him doing this job, well, how does that work out now? Does he lose the ownership? I think Aiden's probably just so nice. He's like, yeah, listen, man, you could just keep those shares. You don't got to do anything. Just show up when we do the events in different cities. Because it definitely costs more. And he even said that Dana White had to step in and they set things up for them in Vegas to make sure that this event happened. Otherwise, they would have probably had to delay it. So Ben the Don potentially screwed over a lot of people because he was unable to control his emotions during his job. And it's unfortunate. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe. And
I feel like Benadon not in the wrong though. If we see a BS fight, then let's state our opinions, bro. It's no point of us to just hold our tongue. You feel me? But at the end of the day, if you were trying to keep your job and you were trying to be the best co-host ever, yeah, you don't say anything like that. Don't say nothing like that. But if you feel like you seen BS, then call it out. Just say it in a funny way. That's what I'm hearing in this video right here.